Welcome to the Department of Defense Education Activity Hiring Manager Guide for Personnel Security Processing. We are excited to partner with you as the hiring manager to support efficient onboarding for our military-connected school personnel. The hiring process has several key players, each with a different responsibility. Support from the hiring manager is critical to ensuring that the onboarding process is as smooth as possible. This video will give an overview of how you can aid in the security process required to join the One DoDEA team and support our military-connected students. We will also discuss best practices to support these efforts. A positive onboarding experience will support your selectees' transition to DoDEA and enable them to successfully contribute to your school or office's mission. After you have made a selection, Human Resources will contact your selectee via email to extend a tentative job offer, provide required employment documents, and forms required to start the security process. The tentative job offer is contingent upon the selectee's successful completion of pre-employment tasks, including the Personnel Security or PERSEC review. PERSEC will evaluate the selectee for required pre-employment checks to determine suitability for employment and for regular contact with children in accordance with the DoD policy and public law. The security process can take several weeks or longer to complete. A comprehensive review of the selectee's personal and criminal history, if applicable, is required, and several third-party U.S. federal agencies are involved in this process. For example, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, or FBI, must process their fingerprint information. The Centralized Suitability Service Center, or CSSC, must obtain the installation records checks and Family Advocacy Program check. And the Personnel Security Investigation Center of Excellence, or PSI-COE, must review the electronic application, or EAP. Please be patient as each agency reviews the documentation throughout this process. Hiring managers should encourage the selectee to schedule their fingerprint appointment and complete required documentation in timely fashion once they have received the initial requirement email from their assigned PERSEC specialist. Some locations may have limited appointments, and scheduling may not be immediately available, so prompt action on the part of the selectee is critical. These checks are needed before a final job offer can be made to the selectee. Please note, at the start of the personnel security process, a reciprocity check is performed to determine if an individual already possesses any of the required checks. Those checks can be accepted without additional processing if some or all requirements have been met. If additional information is needed, the PERSEC specialist from DoDEA will contact the selectee by email. As the hiring manager, you will be copied on this communication. Please encourage the selectee to complete the requirements in a timely manner, as processing will not continue until all required documents have been received. You will also receive periodic automated email updates from the PERSEC Case Administration System, or PCAS, throughout the security process. Please remember to check your junk folder for emails that may have been received. If automated updates have not been received after 14 days and additional information is required, please direct all case-specific questions to the assigned PERSEC region supervisor. They will provide the most up-to-date information related to the case. When the initial security process is complete, Human Resources will notify you. They will also coordinate with you to establish a start date and about other employee hire actions. Furthermore, they will contact you if additional information is required or to rescind a tentative job offer. To facilitate the hiring process, it is helpful to be familiar with some common mistakes selectees can make during the security process. These mistakes often include failure to provide an accurate and complete Social Security number, failure to submit a valid selective service number, failure to provide an applicant's signature, failure to be honest throughout the hiring process, failing to provide 5 years of residence or an applicant's physical address, and in some cases, providing too much information. Remind your new hires to keep it simple. Assisting the selectee with these common mistakes will ensure the selectee's information is processed as quickly as possible. As a hiring manager supporting the security process for federal employment, there are a few things to remember to achieve success. Maintaining communication with the selectee to address any onboarding or hiring process questions or concerns is critical to ensuring a smooth transition to DoDEA. The selectee receiving an official job offer is contingent upon their ability to successfully complete all pre-employment requirements as stated in the vacancy announcement, to include a background investigation. The selectee is required by law and regulation to have a background investigation conducted to determine their suitability for federal employment or volunteer with children under the age of 18. The background investigation must be initiated prior to receiving a firm offer of employment. Lastly, please remember the security process can take several weeks and involve several third-party federal agencies, so please be patient. We hope this brief presentation has been informative and helpful. By engaging with your selectee throughout the security process, you can assist in making their onboarding experience as efficient as possible.